It's one of the best ways to show love. If you're planning to host family and friends over the next few months, serve them food that nourishes the body and warms the heart. Thoughtful hospitality really is an expression of love, and today we want to help you make every guest feel special. Whether you're hosting a wedding, a shower, an Easter dinner, or a simple get-together, Becky Higgins joins us with 10 ideas to help bring intention to our table. Welcome back, Becky.
Thank you.
Okay, this is so fun. We have so much to go over, and this is a lot of work. And so that's, I thought, was an interesting point. Let's just start. It's worth the effort, you say.
Oh, 100%. It's all about connection. Anything that we can do to cultivate and facilitate opportunities for people to get together to strengthen their relationships. One of my favorite life mantras is the purpose of the task is to strengthen the relationship. And so I feel like that's my purpose. That is my why. Anytime that I can bring people into my home and help them strengthen connections with each other, and I want to, have that as well, it's always worth it.
Ah, what a beautiful thought. I love that. Okay, so we've got 10 ideas, a lot to go through, but let's start with the welcome.
Yes.
What's important there?
So what's important is think about when you've been to someone's house you've never been to before, and you've navigated there, you see the house number, so you're pretty sure you're at the right house. But you know how there's just something about that, like when you show up and you see some sort of indication, something visual. This is actually
gives you a little confidence walking up to the door, right?
Not just confidence, like, okay, I'm in the right place, but also I'm wanted here, I'm welcomed here. And so this is something that it's just a little chalkboard that I keep by my front door when we're hosting a lot of people, so that they know they are welcome, but also just come in, because me, as the host, I can't be going back and forth to the front door when there's like a lot of people. And so that's really helpful that they can just walk in and then we greet each other.
I love that. I'm always texting my friends, the door's open, just walk in, because I'm like in the kitchen, and if you're managing all the food, you can't walk away from it at any point, right? So it's a darling idea, something super simple, so we love that.
It is simple.
I also love, speaking of food, that you say go with your tried and true recipes when you're hosting, right?
Yeah, I think anything that you can do to simplify your hosting experience. So there's already so much attention to the details. And so when you have so much going on in your brain, the last thing you need to think about is a new recipe to navigate, because what we don't want is unpredictability. So stick with what's in your wheelhouse, simplify it for yourself.
Absolutely, I totally agree, especially with desserts. I'm like, no, just go with what you know, right? Don't try anything new. Okay, you love table runners for hosting. Why?
I do, but it has to be machine washable. So the type of,
good point.
Yeah, the type of table runners I'm talking about are the ones that you actually put under the food. And so if you're serving, think buffet style, like at your kitchen island or something like that, you just put the runner down. It's like the smallest detail that makes the biggest impact.
Beautiful, not just on the table, but like even like
I'm
maybe your island
about the
or
table.
something.
I'm talking about where you are serving the food.
Okay, I love that.
And so that's why it has to be machine washable, or you can do disposable. Like you can do just the kind that you can buy that's already decorative, or grab craft paper and think about this, put the craft paper down, present all your food with a Sharpie, label all your food. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay.
So fun.
Love that. Now, with the buffet style, you say that there's a couple tips to make it just kind of easier and smoother process. What are those?
So a couple things. First of all, this is something I did not think about until like last year, and now I am such a believer. If you're serving buffet style and you're thinking about all those people on that side of the buffet, push everything back away from the edge of the buffet, away from the edge of the counter, like maybe like 10 inches, because think about it. Sometimes you need two hands.
Why have I never thought of that?
I know.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And so like if salad, you need salad tongs, you need two hands. You got to set the plate somewhere. So it's so much less awkward for everyone if everything's pushed away from
Why
the
do
edge.
we just like take it to the edge of the table? Like
I don't know.
I do that all the time.
I did it for years until this past year, and I'm like, why have I been doing that?
Okay,
yeah.
All right, so mind blown there. All right, these are really cute.
Labeling your food is, well, I mean, first of all, it's cute, right?
Yes.
I always have like little chalkboards on hand and chalkboard writers, and look at these darling, they're actually for place cards, but you can use them to label your food. So sometimes it's just cute, but most of the time it's so helpful. People need to know what's spicy, what's mild, what's gluten-free, what's this, what am I looking at? What is this actual food?
It's so true.
Right? So it's helpful.
Okay, all right, and then we've got these signs, and talk to me about the single serve cups you've got here. Why do you like those?
Anything that's runny. Salsa, sauces, dips, anything that you don't want spilling into everything else on your plate. So if you just have, whether they're glass or plastic disposable, These we picked up traveling in Italy. Like anything that's small and little to just have a serving worth of the running stuff.
Yeah, okay. And then you said also to keep disposable stuff on hand. That's nice to have,
I mean,
right?
Literally, I can't tell you how many times I have put all the effort into all the food and all the people, clean the house, and then I'm like, oh, plates. And so just if you always have a stash of plates, cups, napkins, even if they're not the cute kind, just go to Costco, get the big pack, keep them in your pantry, your closet, and then you're set.
Okay, I want to make sure we get down to the end. So I'm going to go through this one quickly. Tell me about the Post-it notes.
Oh, I mean, the most brilliant idea ever that my friend Courtney told me, a different Courtney, another amazing Courtney.
What's funny is I do this too, though, as I'm prepping baking, I have this out.
You have to.
Yes.
So if you set up everything the day before, you're simplifying your own process by having all the serving dishes out, then you label them with the sticky notes.
So
and then
smart.
You don't have to think about the setup on the day that you're hosting.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, you mentioned bringing in the guests to help do some things. Tell me really quickly why you like to intentionally invite guests to help you prep.
Well, it's awkward when you show up to someone's house and they are busy bee going everywhere and you're like, what can I do to help? And they are flustered and they don't know. So just the way I've gotten honed in on this is just having a couple things prepared that are ready for them to do. So like, great, can you go dump the bag of chips into the bowl? Can you cut the tomato? And giving them a job gives them purpose, and people want to feel needed and wanted.
Yeah, and I love how that brings people together in the kitchen as you're hosting. All right, with the last 30 seconds that we have, tell me about the presentation. Why is that important? And walk me through what you have.
Well, presentation isn't necessarily important, but it's fun, and it's an expression of love. So that's what I will say. So you see all these signs here? These signs are just like an easy, quick thing with things that you already have around your house that you can put with the display of food, with the buffet, and then always having something multi-tiered and things like this that lift everything up, or some pretty napkins to put in a basket, or anything that rises things up, creates layers, creates dimension. It is so pretty and it's fun and it leaves an impression.
Absolutely is. I wish we could spend more time, but you always inspire us, and you've got online presence, so tell us where to find more.
Real Becky Higgins on Instagram.
Okay, you're awesome. Thank you so much for this.